Communication does not create trust. Connection does. And without trust, people don't follow, they don't engage, and they definitely don't stay. We communicate all day, every day. The person taking your order in the drive-thru communicates. But connection, that's what actually builds trust. Let me describe a leadership frustration that I see all the time. A leader reaches out to me and says, "Angel, I don't get it. I'm clear, I'm fair, I explain things, I even follow up in writing." And then they say the sentence I hear often, "But some people just don't respond the way I expect them to." Turn to your neighbor and say, "I can relate." So I asked them to walk me through the last feedback conversation they had. And they do. It sounds professional. It sounds clear. It sounds to the point, but not harsh. Then I asked the employee what they heard. And suddenly, we're not in the same conversation anymore. The leader thought they were being helpful. The employee felt criticized. No one was wrong, but trust didn't form. And here's the trap that creates more frustration than anything else. We assume that because we were clear, the other person experienced it the same way. But people don't experience leadership through your intent. They experience it through their personality lens. And when there's disconnect, what do we usually assume? They're too sensitive. They're not motivated. They should know what I meant. Not us, they. When in reality, we're leading everyone the way we want to be led. Raise your glow stick if you've ever thought, why aren't they doing what I asked? Unfortunately, there's not a one-size-fits-all leadership strategy. Turn to your neighbor and say, "That is so true." And I know this to be true because I've watched the attempt to make that happen in every leadership environment you can imagine. Corporate teams, sales teams, associations, committees. I've delivered over 500 presentations, and I can tell you this with confidence. Most leadership breakdowns are not performance problems. They're connection problems. In fact, Gallup finds that only 19% of employees strongly agree that they trust their leaders, meaning most don't feel genuinely connected to leadership's direction and intentions. And just to make sure your expectations of our time together are clear, I don't believe in death by PowerPoint. So if you came here expecting 85 slides and a nap, you're in the wrong room. So the question becomes, how do you lead different people effectively without lowering standards, without losing authority, and without burning yourself out? That's exactly why I created a simple system called the Glow Connection Method. The Glow Connection Method is proprietary. It's not something I learned in a class. It's not pulled from a book. And it's not something you'll hear from another speaker, because I'm the only one in the world who teaches it. GLOW stands for gain awareness, lock on to what they need, operate accordingly, and win the connection. Let's start with gaining awareness. Leadership starts with awareness, not authority. Your team is constantly giving you clues how they react to feedback, how quickly they make decisions, what stresses them out. Those clues tell you exactly what their personality type is and how they want to be led. you may just need to pay attention. Lock onto what they need. Different personality types trust differently. D types want clarity and direction. I types want encouragement and reassurance. S types want consistency and stability. And C types want time to think before responding. And if you lead a detail-driven C personality with urgency and pressure, they don't feel motivated. They feel stressed and unsafe. Operate accordingly. This is where leadership becomes visible. Operating accordingly doesn't mean being softer. It means being strategic. It's adjusting how you give feedback, how you set expectations, how you motivate others, and how you hold people accountable, so the message is received the right way. Now raise your glow stick if you've ever given feedback that made perfect sense to you, but clearly wasn't received the way you expected. That's not defiance, that's disconnect. And if you're an emerging leader in the room, listen closely. This is how people get promoted faster. Not by being louder, not by being tougher, but by being adaptable. When leaders operate accordingly, conflict goes down, engagement and productivity go up, turnover goes down, and accountability feels fair instead of forced. People stop complying and they start committing. Because people don't leave companies. They leave leaders who never learned how to connect. And when leadership starts connecting with glow, everything else follows.